Hi, I'm James from Epilog Laser. Thanks for joining us today. So, are you looking for a way to customize hats and other clothing products? Well, for today's sample club, we'll be taking a look at these Leatherette hat patches from JP Plus's saddle collection. Now, these come in a variety of different colors, and one of the things I really like about them is not only the shape differentiation, but also some great color combinations like this black that will actually turn silver when engraved. Today, we'll be taking our sample club file. We'll show you how to set up that file, send it to the laser, engrave it, and attach it to the hat using a hat press. Go ahead and download the file and work along with us. Let's get started. So once you open that file, you're going to see 6 different designs that we've got set up. 3 are for the 3-inch circle patches, and 3 are for the 3-inch by 2-inch rounded rectangles. So let's just select 2 of these, and we're going to print them first. And we'll just choose the Epilog Engraver selection only. And print those over to the laser dashboard. And once those come in, I'm just going to ungroup them, select my first file, just drag that right on top, and do the same with the other file. And I'll just use the camera to actually align those on there. Once I'm happy with the placement, then I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to import my settings. Now, these are a Leatherette product, so I've already got some settings I've put together for this. We're doing this on a 100-watt Fusion Pro 24. So I'm running this at 400 DPI, 100% speed, 50% power, with standard dithering. I'll do it top to bottom. I'll just go ahead and print that. And we'll go over to the laser and see how this comes out. So since we've already used the camera to line these up, we can hit go and just start engraving. So here's a small hat press to be found online. We'll actually link to this below, but there's a lot of different ones out there. They all seem to do about the same thing, but I'm sure some have some other additional features. As you can see, you can just put the hat right in, press that down. So first thing you're going to do is turn it on. And once that display comes on, it's going to show you 2 different numbers. Now the top one's going to be temperature setting, and then the bottom one's going to be the time. So in how many seconds you actually leave this on there. Now, a lot of these patches will actually have suggested times and temperatures, but I found that about 270 works really well. So I'll hit temperature, move this up to 270. And then I will click time. And I'm going to set this to 15 seconds. I found that was good in my testing for how long to let that heat press keep on there. And we're ready to go. Once that hits 270, it'll beep and it'll be ready to start pressing. So I'm using some heat-resistant tape here from Stalls. We'll include a link below. This is just going to help us to hold it in place on the hat to make sure that we align it correctly. So I usually use a couple pieces on here, and I make them pretty long just to make sure that they'll definitely stick to the hat. That fabric's always a little tough to get it to stick to. Now, the next thing I would do is just fold over the ends of the tape just to make sure it's easy to get off when we remove the hat patch. That way, uh, it's much simpler to grab those ends of the tabs. And we can take that hat and we're just going to attach this right to it. And what you're going to have to do is just be a little careful to make sure that it's aligned exactly how you like. Tape's pretty forgiving, so you can definitely move it around a little bit if you need to, unattach it and reattach it, and just make sure that's securely on there. So now with the hat press, we're just going to place this right on that top piece, and we just want to make sure that's nice and as flat as possible. Then I'm going to take this thermo pad, and this is also from Stalls. It's a thin pad that just helps to protect it. I tried doing it without this, and I actually got some scorch marks on the leatherette, so this is definitely necessary. So we'll include a link below. So let's close this down. Once it's locked in place, it's going to run for 15 seconds. It's going to beep when it's done. So we'll just wait for that beep. Now we can release the hat, remove that, and we'll take off the tape. And we have a nice leather hat patch all attached and ready to go. Now, if you're doing multiple leather hat patches, let's say we're doing a set of 15 or something, you could also set up a jig. And this is going to be a really quick way to be able to align your graphics. So we've already done these 5. So let's go ahead and select those. And I'll print those selection only. And those are going to come in already lined up. So all we have to do is just import our settings for the leatherette that we already know work well. And print those over to the laser. So with our already cut out jig placed in that same position on the table, we can go ahead and hit go and start engraving. So leather hat patches are a great thing to create with the laser. Not only are they inexpensive, they're very fast to engrave. We were able to engrave 5 of those in about 4.5 minutes, so your turnaround time is very short. Now, your investment to get into this is you need to get a hat press to be able to do it professionally and a couple accessories, but really not a lot of money to start making some beautiful hats. Now, here's that black and silver I was talking about earlier. It comes out just gorgeous. We've got some brown ones as well that came out really nice. So you've got all kinds of options. So try not to be too jealous of my new hat game here, but definitely join us again. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to our channel so you can find out when the latest videos are coming out from Epilog. If you'd like to find out more about Epilog Laser, fill out the link in our description below, and be sure to like our videos as well. Thanks, and have a great day.